Hello, I'm Paula Manzanares, and this is my report of the Practice 1 of the Soviet Artistic Creation and Research Workshop, in which I will explain how I have created two creative pieces of work, taking as leitmotif two of the three proposed themes: stereotype, otherness, and uncertainty. The first artwork I have made has been developed using traditional materials and with the mode of work that artists applied in one of the movements of the 20th century, whereas the second one consists of a technique that has been used by artistic movements over the last 50 years. Following the classical movements, I decided to make a painting based on the topic of uncertainty. In the preparation stage, my original idea consisted of a landscape containing a waterfall in the middle of a mountain that flows into a lake, with a bright moon rising in the middle of the sky. For me, this scene expressed uncertainty because whenever I look up to the sky and see the moon, many questions start to arise in my mind, for which I have no answers, and I realize about the insignificance of the human beings in front of the nature that surrounds us. During the whole phases of the creative process, the technique chosen has been acrylic on canvas. As for the materials, apart from the acrylic paint, I have used brushes of different sizes and forms, both rounds and flats. The sky and the lake required a mixture and a addition of colors. So first, I used this brush, number 10, to mix the lighter blue with white. And then this other brush, number 14, for the rest of the blues. I repeated the same process with the lake, but this time mixing different shapes of blues with greens. For other elements such as the waterfall, the moon, and the flowers, I have used brushes of numbers 0 and 4, creating this effect. Finally, for the mountain and the small field, which were made with superimposed layers of paint, I have used two round brushes to give a sense of foliage, creating this effect. The acrylic paints I have used for this piece of work are composed by a pigment and a binder. In this case, the binder is an emulsion of acrylic polymers suspended in water, and that makes the painting water-soluble, which has been really helpful for me when diluting the colors for a smoother consistency and an easier application. In addition, I have used this thin brush to create the effect of foam, splashing out the sky and the waterfall. My interpretation of concepts between art and creativity and the way I have wanted to portray the perception I have of my work have evolved through the three phases of the creative process, deepening in the topic of uncertainty, but also trying to reach out for techniques related with acrylic paints such as the gouache, which consists of diluting acrylic paints so that it becomes something similar to watercolor. This allows you to create a translucent effect on the stand you are painting on. In addition, this is my first approach to painting, and I have realized about the difficulty of reproducing the ideas and the matter of a piece of art, especially if you follow a methodology. To conclude, I like to stand out the importance of the theory of color, which states that our system of basic pigment colors is inverse to the basic colors of light, a perfect coincidence that enables the artist to imitate the effects of light, reproducing with fidelity all the colors of nature. Following the modern movements, I thought of a technique called phototransfer, which basically consists of transferring images printed on paper to another support, such as wood, cardboard, canvas, etc., a method very popular that has derivated in other combinations of photography and painting. These are the materials needed for the transfer on wood. First, the paper of the photograph. It is important to use paper similar to folio, and with a thickness not exceeding 80 grams. A slice of wood. A sandpaper. The printer. In addition, a laser print must be used for printing. The resolution and other aspects of the image are also important. A brush, white tail, which also serves as a varnish to polish up the photograph, a water spray, and a fabric. During the elaboration, I followed these steps. Step 1. Sand the wood. Step 2. Put white tail on the wood and also in the paper of the photo by its color side. Step 3. We apply heat or let dry. Step 4. We apply water with the spray and with a fabric remove the excess of water, then we remove the cellulose. This step is important because the paper can be easily broken. In fact, I did so in my first attempt. In the step 6, we finally add the varnish. Now I will show a little fragment of how to remove properly the cellulose. All along the three phases of the creative process, different perspectives and approaches have made the artistic object to arise as a result of the organization of concepts within the topic of stereotype and the relation it has with art. And this is the end of my practice 1 video. I hope that you like it. Bye!